In today's episode, why did you do what I asked you to do? Military IT. TFTS, why is the projector not working? All tech people are useless. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe so you will never miss a video. So let's get started. Why did you do what I asked you to do? So last week I get an email from a manager at one of our clients about creating a new mail distribution group for a set of users. At the bottom of their email, they added, "Please remove everybody from existing mail distribution group, except myself." So I emailed them back and asked them to confirm that they actually wanted everyone except themselves removed from this distribution group, used to contact an entire team that he manages. He responds almost immediately that I was indeed to call the existing group. I then go ahead and complete his request and move on to other tickets. Assuming that maybe no one sent emails to the whole team anymore, or the team was dissolved, or will be replaced. Later that day, the manager sends me a request to remove 2 users from a distribution group that did not exist. He did not reply to my confusion about what the email address is for the group he is now talking about, since I cannot find it. Fast forward to today, when I receive one ticket to add someone to the previously culled group, one reporting that no one from the team are receiving the emails sent to the culled group. So I give the manager a call to ask why users are requesting to be added to this group that I had removed everyone from, and from there it went something like this. Manager, everyone should be in there. Me, well, I removed everyone last week. Manager, why did you do that? Me, because that's what you asked me to do in your email last week. Manager, no, I only asked you to remove a couple of people from it. Me, your email about those users did not refer to culled distribution group. Manager, we must have crossed wires, because I did not mean for everyone to be removed. Me, we definitely had a miscommunication there. I will restore the users that were removed, except for user 1 and user 2 that you mentioned in that later email. Manger, thank you Clunk. So I put everyone back in the group and closed the job. A while later I get a Teams message from my boss who confirms for me that the manager was crystal clear in both emails that they wanted to cull the distribution group of all users, causing his whole team to stop receiving emails for almost a whole week. I probably should have pointed out that following his request would prevent his team from receiving emails addressed to everyone, but the manager was so specific in both of their emails that I assumed they knew what they wanted. Lesson learned: question every client request, especially the confident ones. Military IT. This didn't happen to me, but I was told it actually happened and cost the military a lot of money. Background info. So to get internet in remote places we use portable satellite. Think Starlink-size dish. At one point we, junior enlisted soldiers straight out of high school, could adjust the power of our Starlink to get better signal strength whenever we wanted to. Think of the dish on the satellites as flashlights, and turning up the power can hide the light from other flashlights. The military uses some of the same satellites that major streaming companies use. Officers really like being in VTC meetings during the middle of storms. The story goes a SPC who was most likely 20 to 21 is deployed supporting users. Officer complains that the internet is down and he needs to attend a very important VTC meeting in 30 minutes, so he can tell his how much fun they're having. SPC, sir, there's a bad thunderstorm and heavy cloud coverage. I've already adjusted the power some, but our connection is still too weak. Officer, I don't care if you have to blast a hole in the sky, I need to be in the VTC. Get it done or I'm going to tell your boss that you can do your job. SPC, Roger sir. The SPC then proceeds to bump up the power even more and manages to get the internet back up, and the officer gets into his VTC. I forget how long it took, but some point later they get a frantic call from the people that manage the satellites in the sky for the military. Apparently when the SPC bumped up the power, he didn't just connect to the satellite, but managed to turn up the power so much they were jamming other people from connecting to that satellite, one of which was a multi-million-dollar streaming/movie company. Luckily, they were only jamming others for maybe 30 minutes. The power went down automatically when the storm cleared up, but that was 30 minutes of lost revenue for the major streaming company. Soon after, we were no longer able to adjust the power and had to call another group to adjust the power themselves. TFTS, why is the projector not working? All tech people are useless. So backstory, I used to work as a librarian for a TAFE at a regional campus. Because this campus was so far away from the main ones, I was also the unofficial tech support, even though I had no training or admin access. IT only came to visit after a certain number of jobs were logged or new tech had to be installed. Generally, it wasn't hard work, mostly user errors like forgetting passwords or accidentally turning off their own Wi-Fi. To quote IT crowd, have you turned it off and on again, that kinda stuff. One particular day I had a teacher come storming into the library demanding I follow her back to her classroom. She was ranting even before she got to the loans desk where I was sitting. Something about old tech and how things weren't good enough, and as the tech person I should fix it right away. I'm not tech, growling. For the record, this teacher is known for being technologically incompetent. She once yanked all the cords out of the back of a computer because she didn't realize her YouTube video was on silent. Customer service smile activate. I ask what's the issue and she proceeds to tell me, in between personal jabs at my supposed incompetence, that the screen is out of focus and nothing she does will fix it. I ask her which room she's in and find out it's one of the new machines that had just been installed the day before. I have a feeling I know what's wrong because this isn't the first time today I've fixed this issue for a much nicer teacher, so follow her to her class. All her students are just sitting there chatting, and look up as we walk in. The teacher heads straight to the front of the class and starts messing with the computer. I ask if she checked the machine, and she said no. Don't be stupid. It was too high. It's attached to the roof, so for someone like me, 5'2", I would need a chair to stand on to reach it, but there were plenty of tall students in this class. Looking around, I spot the tallest student. I ask him to please give me a hand. After he comes over, I point to the machine and simply say, could you take the cap off the front? IT must have left it on when they installed it. The image cleared up right away. The students all start laughing because up until this point, their teacher had still been going on about how all the tech people and machines were totally useless and are idiots. I just smiled and walked at the door, trying to sound not too sarcastic. I'm not tech, but if you need any more help you can find me in the library, lol.